What's going on, Washington fans? Welcome to the JTFB channel. It's your boy Josh Taylor, and we are back. We have Minicamp should not be that eventful, but y'all know this team. On the field, off the field, we'll talk about it all. Noah Brown. We'll talk about the Deebo slander that was going on all day yesterday. I cannot wait for him to pop off. There's a lot of things, a lot of people that have stood out. A lot of quotes from Dan Quinn. We got some endorsement from Laramie Tunzel today. Just a lot of stuff going on. So I'm excited, and I have a lot of good news for y'all. What's going on? JW's in the chat. We have been waiting. I have been waiting too. I'm pumped. I got a lot. I have some good news. I'll start with that first. What's going on, Kenny? Welcome. What's going on, JG? And Chippy with the goats. Appreciate it. So I just want to start out with this because I kind of left y'all with a cliffhanger last time I did a live. I'm sorry. This has been a long process, but well worth the wait. Appreciate it, Jay. It's good to be back in Virginia. But I can't say a lot, but I will just say this. Big things are about to happen. The game's about to change. July 16th is when everything changes. I know it seems like it's a long ways away, but it'll fly by. I promise you. But I can't say anything yet, but big things are coming. We're good. Contract is signed. I can't wait to share more. That's really all I can say right now, though. But I'm just saying training camp is going to be special this year. Training camp is going to be insane. It's going to be different for sure. Expect a lot of changes, but really good changes for me, for the channel, for everything. So I want to tell y'all more, but I can't. But just know it'll be well worth it. It'll be well worth it. Okay, I promised y'all. I wouldn't say that if I didn't mean it. But I couldn't just leave y'all with this cliffhanger from last time I told y'all, like, wish me luck. Everything went well, so I appreciate all y'all. But we're locked in. Unlike Terry, I hate to say it, but I got a deal done. So we have a contract signed. We have a deal that is done. The plot does thicken. Like I said, right at almost a month. So hang in there, and it's going to be well worth it. I promise y'all. Appreciate it so much. Definitely, this is the reason why I came back to Virginia, and I can't thank y'all enough. I know I've been kind of in the shadows, kind of haven't been doing too much lately, but I'm back. And from now until July 16th, I'm going to be on here dropping 2-3 videos a week live. At least once a week. I know there's nothing going on until training camp. I think it's right at like 40 days until training camp starts. So I don't want y'all to think I'm just going to disappear for 40 days, then pop back up July 16th. That's not the case at all. We have a lot to talk about between now and then. I'll have some more articles coming out with on the USA Today's Washington Wire. I'm going to get right back into that. Then also some more videos. So appreciate y'all for being patient and hanging in there. Todd said, "Hey, Josh, what's up?" From Bear, Delaware, HTC. I hope Terry signs his deal soon. Jaden wants him there pronto. And Terry wants to be there pronto. Terry doesn't want to miss practice. I think when they say, oh, Terry is disappointed or Terry's frustrated, Terry wants to practice. And I know Adam Schefter had a very rare L today when he was, on TV. He was on ESPN, and he said that Terry hasn't done anything this offseason. Terry has done something this offseason. Terry was there in phase 1. The only thing he missed, he was there for OTAs. The only thing he missed was the 3 days of minicamp. That's it. That is it. He did miss the last day of OTAs, but he was there for the rest of it. And then he missed minicamp. So Adam Schefter doesn't miss often, but he missed there. Terry has been there. Terry wants to be there. This isn't some Trey Hendrickson holdout situation by any means. Terry's not demanding a trade or anything like that. So I get it from a fan's perspective. Everyone's frustrated, but I've said this so many times, and I tweeted this out too. Deals don't get done early June, at least like reasonable deals. The deals you see getting done is like a 1-year contract, like a cheap vet, stuff like that. You don't see real deals getting done in June. TJ Watt, Trey Hendrickson, I know that's been brewing for a while. Terry, there's a lot of different people. Sauce Gardner can get a new deal. There's a lot of big-time deals that will get done. It's not just Terry. I don't want people to think this is some Washington thing, like, oh, Washington's back to not getting contracts done. They're back to not getting deals done. That is not the case at all. These deals don't happen usually until early July. His first contract, I want to say it was like the first or second week of July. And if he wants to get it done on July 2nd, my birthday, then that would be great. That'd be appreciated. I'll welcome that. Maybe he waits till July 16th when I kick off this big thing and we can just have a big party. July 16th, launching the new stuff going on, the new deal, and Terry gets a contract. We'll just have one big celebration for like 3 days straight. But don't freak out. Don't worry. Terry will get paid. And one thing that Adam did say in his, appearance on TV today was Washington does feel like they're not worried about it. They feel like they will get a deal done. So if Washington is not stressing about it, you should not stress about it. I know it's not everybody. There's a lot of people out there that have a calm mind and like, Josh, I know you're right. I don't know why fans are freaking out, whatever. But there's a lot of fans that are like, oh no, he's getting traded, or oh no, a deal is not going to happen. I promise you a deal gets done. If we don't pay Terry, I will get a W logo tattooed somewhere on me. I'm that confident. To be honest with you, I'm more worried about not ranking the importance, but just like my worry level. I'm more worried about Noah Brown's injury than I am Terry's contract. I know that's going to get done. Of course, Terry's contract is the most important thing on this team right now, but I am not feeling good about Noah Brown's injury. It sounds like it's not good. He got an MRI today, so it would not surprise me if we find out tomorrow or the day after just how bad it is. But I'm not worried about the Terry deal. I'm not. I see all these posts and stuff. Just block it out. Block it out. We'll talk about social media, guys. We're going to be here for a little while. Darkman says, what's up, Slim? Love the show. Appreciate it. Uncle Drew, let's go. They're keeping the 2027 slate clean. Maybe that's what's keeping Terry from signing is a 2-year contract rather than a 3 like he wants. So for me, a 3-year contract makes the most sense for Washington too, because most of that money is obviously going to be on that 3rd year. Next year, the salary cap is not going to be much. Obviously, it goes up 2026, and then, like you said, 2027 is going to be, pretty steep amount of money depending what that deal is, and then obviously it just goes up every year. So I kind of see what you're saying, but I feel like this is Terry's last big deal. This is Terry's last big contract. He's getting old. I hate to say it, but this is his last big deal in the NFL. This is his last long-term deal and biggest money-wise for sure of his career. So he wants to maximize that. It wouldn't surprise me if the difference is a 3-year and a 4-year, because Terry feels like, hey, I want to retire here. I want that 4th year. I don't want to have a 3-year deal and then sign a 1-year deal here or go somewhere else for 1 year, God forbid, and kind of end my career like that. I don't want to end my career on like a 1-year vet deal. And it's just like, whatever. Like I said, for Washington or someone else. But for me, it's just like, I'm not worried about it. Something's going to get done. They're going to figure it out. If I had to guess, I think it's a 3-year, $99 million. 3-year, $99 million, 33 a piece. I know there's not really anything to base it off of. The easiest one to look at is the DK deal. But DK is 2 years younger than Terry as well. So I don't know. The DK deal kind of threw a wrench in there, but then Terry also came out. He was 24 when he came into the league. So he wasn't coming out like 19, 20, 21, like a lot of these wide receivers. So when it comes to playing time and, time in the league, he's right there with DK technically. Even though he's 2 years older, he's right there with DK, with Deebo, with AJ Brown, and some of those guys. Like, just because he came out when he was 24, he wasn't some like premier wide receiver 1 at Ohio State. So he doesn't have all this wear and tear. So I feel like there's just so many different factors that can sway it. And it's such a unique conversation. It's such a unique like contract situation. It's not just like cookie cutter. Oh, it's exactly like so-and-so. It's exactly like so-and-so. That's not the case at all. But I think it gets done first, second week of July. It's going to be done before training camp. So I promise y'all, don't freak out. Congrats on the new opportunity, Josh. Thank you. Terry's story is blown way out of proportion. I definitely agree. What's going on, everyone in the chat? Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up on the like button and subscribe, because we are not going anywhere. And we're going to blow this channel up this year for sure. What will the Terry deal look like? CD 34 mil per year, AJ Brown 32 mil per year. So kind of like I was just saying, if I had to guess a number, just pull one out based off of everything I've looked at, based off of Terry, how he played last year. Doesn't look like he's slowing down. I mean, AJ Brown deal, I know 32. Some people are saying like 30 for Terry. I think absolute lowest is 30, and I would be shocked if it's 30. I think the ceiling, the highest it could get is 35 a year. But for me, 33 is what I think it lands on, which one's on 31, one's on 35. You kind of meet in the middle at 33. For me, I just think 3-year 33 sounds right for what Terry's getting. Now, I could see disagreement on like the guaranteed money. Like I said, maybe that last year he wants, that insurance of like, hey, I want to retire here for, that last year. So I want 4 years instead of 3, whatever it is. But I'm not worried about it. Those Terry trade rumors have been god awful, terrible. I've had to block so many accounts like, oh, Patriots are trading for Terry. Steelers are trading for Terry. And this is what the package is going to look like. It's like a 2nd round pick and like a wide receiver 6 on the team. Like, no, we don't want your 2026 3rd round pick and your practice squad wide receiver. We're good on that. If Terry is not getting traded, Terry getting traded, I have a better chance of landing Sidney Sweeney than Terry getting traded, especially to the Patriots or the Steelers. It's not going to happen. Terry's not going anywhere. There's certain media people that feed themselves by smoking fans' ears. That's who is driving the panic. Of course. And this is what I tell people. And I want to say this is not a shot, but it is a shot. This time of the year, June, it never fails. It happens every year. And then we go through the season. Oh, we forget about it. And then come back to June and it happens again. June and July are the times of the year where people blow up the smallest things because they have nothing to talk about. When there's actual things to talk about with this team, people are bringing up the name change. People are bringing up, oh, Terry's getting traded. Have you lost hope in AP? Guys, talk about real stories. Talk about minicamp. Like I could do a 5-hour video of things that pointed out at minicamp. Things on the offensive line. Things that Dan Quinn have said. Guys that look good. Jacory Krosky Merritt. Trey Amos. Will Benson at Breakout this year? There's so much you can talk about with this team. But if you don't know what you're talking about and you're not confident in what you're talking about, and I'd like to believe that I am. I hope that comes across. Like I don't just make up random stories. You'll never see me post. I'm not once going to post a video saying teams that we could trade Terry to. Because that's not me. I have real things to talk about. Talk about the offensive line. Talk about the defense. Talk about guys on the edge that could step up. Talk about guys that can break out year 2. How have the rookies looked? A sophomore surge for Jaden. Like, talk about real stories with this team. Not the name change. Not Terry getting traded. Not a Deebo mini training, like a mini camp clip of a walkthrough. That is not worth talking about. But I don't even want to say fans because they do it too. But even media will blow up a story because they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to ball. They can't pay it. They can't watch the team practice and get a takeaway. They don't know what they're watching. They're just yelling into a mic about, oh, is the name change coming back? Can Washington be the Warriors? Like, who cares? I can't cuss on here anymore. So if I cuss, y'all got to call me out. But there's so much to talk about with this team. Terry's not getting traded. And I know like people are going to write articles about it and top 5 teams that Terry can go to. Like, of course, like it's expected because it's something to talk about in such a dead period. But it's not going to happen. Trey Amos looking like cornerback 1. He had like 2 or 3 interceptions in OTAs when obviously Marshawn wasn't there, but, Marshawn showed up to minicamp. And then Marshawn looks phenomenal. Marshawn's getting interceptions. He's getting pass breakups in these drills. And they posted a picture. I didn't even know he could get up that high. So I'm just saying, man, that duo, and that's not even talking about Mikey in the slot, but Trey Amos on the outside with Marshawn on the other side, a healthy Marshawn, which he talked about too. He was like, guys, I was not healthy last year. I pushed through it. I was never 100%. He's like, I feel so good now, just getting that full off season. Going from you're injured. Oh, by the way, you're getting traded to a new team. So you're going to have to learn this new defense while you're injured. And then, oh, yeah, by the way, you got to go against Mike Evans. You're still kind of hurt, though, so you're going to miss some time. Oh, by the way, you're going against A.J. Brown. It was not a good situation for him. So, like, I didn't expect him to go out there and look like a Pro Bowler. Did he have some bad moments? Absolutely. He even said he did. He said, I didn't like how I played. But he also had some good moments, too. He had some good moments against Mike Evans. He had some good moments against A.J. Brown. He looked really good in that Saints game. Like, a healthy Marshawn makes this defense. You can talk about that front four as much as you want. But that secondary, if you have a Pro Bowl caliber, healthy Marshawn Lattimore with Mikey Samuel in his second year, who was one of the best defensive rookies of the league last year. And then you have Trey Amos, who, in my opinion, my expectations, I have been so high on Trey for the longest time. My expectations week 1 are top 5 for defensive rookie of the year by the end of the season. That's my expectations. I feel like it's realistic because teams are, if Marshawn's healthy, they're not going to want to target him as much as they did last year. They're going to learn quickly. Hey, this is not the guy we saw out there last year. I know he was getting targeted a lot, whatever. This is not going to be that same guy. We got to target the rookie. We got to target the new kid. And I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities. I think he's going to have some 4 or 5 interceptions. And I think he's going to have some big pass breakups. Trey Amos fits this team so well. And he's such a vibe. Like, just seeing him at practice and stuff, he's dancing and he's such a cool dude. Like, I love, when I talked to him at the Senior Bowl, first thing I told him was like, I wish you wouldn't have transferred from Alabama. That was the first thing I said because I'm an Alabama fan. But I was like, bro, you are such a Dan Quinn corner. Like, you, like the length, the speed, the athleticism, the burst, like everything about you is such a Dan Quinn type of corner. And he's like, I love that. And he's so confident in what he does. I cannot wait to see him on the field. Trey Amos and Quinyon. I think so. I do believe the length of the contract is probably the biggest issue. AP has yet to sign anyone longer than 3 years. So that's something to take into account as well. Terry's going to retire with a ring. I think so. The Poster King said it's good business in the NFL not to extend long-term wide receiver at a high money at 30. I get it, but once again, I don't think he's not playing like he's 30. He's playing like he's like 28. And if you think about the lifespan of a wide receiver, him coming out at 24, like older than most wide receiver prospects, and how he was used at Ohio State, he wasn't just some premier wide receiver, like Jeremiah Smith or something like that. Like, he wasn't that kind of wide receiver. So in my mind, I know on paper it says 30, but on the field, I feel like it's like 27, 28 still. Is it true to say that this is Terry's prime right now? This is Terry's prime. He had the best season of his career last year. Most touchdowns in a single season. And then he had the yardage. He showed the speed. He showed the 9 routes, like the screen against the Lions where he took it to, like, he showed that speed. He showed that burst again. Is this not Terry's prime right now? I'm just saying, the catch against the Saints. Like, he made so many crazy catches last year. This is Terry's Saints. Let's go. Hell yeah. Now we're talking. Drove by the bubble today around 9 a.m. I can't wait to see that bubble. That big, beautiful white thing. I can't wait to see it in July. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Terry, 33 mil a year. That's what I'm thinking. I think 33 for 3 years. So 3 year, 99 mil is what I'm at. What if Amos is DB1 and Ladd is our DB2? What if we got 2 DB1s? What if we got two corner ones? Or 3? We know Mikey. We know what Mikey can do on the outside. What if Mikey's even better in the slot where he played at in college? Like, what if Mikey goes to the slot and gets even better? That's something that's not getting talked about too, but you're not going to hear it on your sports shows because they're going to talk about the name change. What if Mikey Samuel is better in the slot than he was on the outside last year? Something not getting talked about. Welcome to the JTFB channel where we talk about real discussions. I remember thinking he got a team-friendly contract the last time around. Yeah, he did. So this one, and I don't think this is going to, I don't want to say break the bank, but you have a quarterback and rookie contract. You have the flexibility to have a bigger contract. What's going on? When can we talk about 600 yards and 6 TDs for Ben this year? I just don't know if the opportunities are going to be there for that much. Next year, absolutely. But with Zach Ertz, being the reliable guy, and just having that rapport with Jaden, he's such a big part of this offense. Like, people are talking about Terry, people are talking about Deebo. Zach Ertz is such a big part of this offense. And I know people were kind of like, no yak Zach. Like, he doesn't do much after the catch. I don't care. Like, he single-handedly helped us go to the playoffs with that crazy catch, like, at the end of the Falcons game. I didn't think he caught that. Now, I know, like, the one against the Steelers, you're short by a yard. I wish he would have fell backwards. But Zach Ertz is such a big part of this offense. Then they signed, Bates to a pretty daggone big deal for a guy that just blocks, but he's a really, really good blocker. But I do think, and Dan Quinn's talked about this a lot. This is one thing that I've really enjoyed listening to Dan Quinn talk about, especially with Minicamp, is he said he's like year 2 guys, man. These year 2 guys. Like, he feels so good about a lot of them, if not all of them. He said this is the biggest jump in a player's career, going from a rookie to a second-year guy. And I fully agree. Rookie year, it's either hit or miss. You're either going to have, Jaden Daniels, or you're not going to do much. You're still learning the position. You're still learning the offense. It's not your time yet. But then second year, when you've had a whole year under your belt, now you're getting a full offseason. You're getting everything, and you know what to expect. You know this team. You keep all the coaches. He's mentioned Ben a lot. He's mentioned Ben a lot. He mentioned Jordan McGee a lot. He's mentioned Luke McCaffrey a lot. He's mentioned Brandon Coleman a lot, and we'll talk about Brandon Coleman too. He kind of dropped the nugget on us. He's talking about a lot of these second-year guys. Obviously Mikey, obviously Jaden, but he feels really good. I'm just saying, I think Jordan McGee has a big year, and I think Ben has a bigger role. I'm not gonna say he has a huge year coming up, just because I don't know what the opportunity is gonna look like. You got Deebo, you got Jalen Lane, you got Terry, you got Zach Ertz. I think he'll make some big plays in preseason again and show, like, hey guys, I am an offensive weapon. But even if the opportunity's not there next year, like, maybe he still gets, 200, 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Cool. I want him to be poised to take over that tight end 1 spot for the year after. When Zach Ertz retires, that's what this season for me is for my boy Ben. You see the jersey. That's my boy. Love Ben. I want this season to be such a growth season for him, and it doesn't have to just come in stats, because, like I said, who knows what opportunity is going to be there this season. But I want him to be so good that they're like, man, we got to put Ben on the field. And then I want them to go in this offseason like, guys, Ben could absolutely be tight end 1 next year. We don't need a tight end to replace Zach Ertz. We got him. That's what I want from Ben this season. So, yeah, 600 yards and 6 touchdowns sounds nice, but I just want him to hit that next level. And then the next offseason, do it again and be that tight end 1. So under 33 mil for Terry wouldn't surprise me. Talking about the team-friendly deal, I don't know. Under 33, if it's under 33, then Washington got a heck of a deal. That's really good. They said by midseason, Trey Amos could be a Pro Bowler. I would not shock me at all. Y'all hit that like button for my boy for real. Appreciate it. Yes. Make sure y'all thumbs up. Hit that subscribe. We got a good one here. I'm going to catch up to y'all's chat. I kind of went on a rant. The Deebo situation is so annoying. I want to hit that real quick for sure. Comment, subscribe. Appreciate it. All right, let's hit this real quick. I'll try to not rant and ramble as much as I just did on a couple, especially the Terry. The Deebo situation, Deebo will show it on the field. Deebo sees all the hate. Deebo sees all the comments. I am so glad George Kittle stood up, and George Kittle is fantastic. I love George Kittle. He's one of my favorite players in the league. Awesome guy. But then also Bobby Wagner commenting and saying, you know, like, right, like, this is a simple walk. They're like, what's going on, guys? Like, George Kittle is like, this is nothing. Like, so there's so much hate. I saw, and I like, like, I love 49er fans. I love their content creators. Actually, my favorite people out there. I'm friends with a lot of them. But I have not seen this much hate for a player in a long time. Like, last night was so bad. I get it. Like, oh, he wanted a trade. They didn't want him there long term. This wasn't some Deebo holdout and he like dissed the team. It wasn't like that at all. This ended in a very healthy way. Him and Shanahan are good terms, like him and Lynch on good terms. Like, this was not a negative situation at all. This is a guy that was a giant piece of the offense. Helped them get to the Super Bowl, helped them be what they were in the playoffs. Christian McCaffrey went down last year. Ayuk went down last year. And Deebo was playing through pneumonia. Like, Deebo was playing hurt, banged up. Like, he was putting the team on his back. Like, he was giving everything he had. So I'm so surprised by how much hate he's getting. I'm not even going to talk about the Eagles fans and all these annoying, like, fantasy football nerds and freaking losers on the internet talk about, oh, Deebo looks big or Deebo's slow. I'm not even going to entertain that. But just the hate that I see getting from the 49er fans, I was surprised. You would have thought Deebo, like, said that this is a terrible organization. He hates the 49ers. He was glad to leave. He wanted to go somewhere where he could prove himself and earn a long-term contract. What's wrong with that? The 49ers didn't want him in their long-term plans. So I'm just surprised. But I just know when the time comes, Deebo's going to show it on the field. I'm not worried about it. Deebo is in great shape. Don't listen to these losers that are probably 3 times bigger than Deebo saying that Deebo's fat, Deebo's not in shape. Deebo is in the best shape he's been in a long time. And by the way, all this thing of like, oh, he was out of shape last year. One of the reporters did a pod with Kime around the time when like Deebo got signed traded to Washington. And he said that he showed up to camp in the best shape of his life. The only reason he like gained weight and stuff is because he had pneumonia. And he was playing through it. Like, so I was so surprised to see a bunch of 49er hate on there. I just know when it's time to go, Deebo's going to show up. I just want to see their face when Deebo gets the first touchdown of the season. I'll put $25, DraftKings, whoever, when the season starts, I will show y'all Deebo first anytime touchdown of the season. I'm putting money on it. Deebo will get the first touchdown of the season, y'all. I cannot wait. What's going on, Big B? Who's your surprise player to watch on each side of the ball for this year? Ooh, that's a good one. Surprise player on defense for me is Javonte Jean-Baptiste. I love saying his name. Such a classy name. Javonte Jean-Baptiste, especially since I took French class. I failed it 3 times. But I finally got it done and I graduated. So I think one, the opportunity, talking about Ben and his opportunity, stuff like that. I think the opportunity is there for Javonte Jean-Baptiste. I think Dietrich Wise is going to be a lot better than what fans realize. So it might be a surprise to a lot of people, but it wouldn't be a surprise to me. Not saying he's going to get 10 sacks or something like that. I think he gets 5-6 sacks. And I think he stops the run a lot better than we did last year. But I think Javonte Jean-Baptiste is going to have a lot more opportunities this year. I like the technique. I like his strength. I like his bend. Like, I just liked a lot of stuff that I saw from him. I know it's a very limited sample size, but that's why I'm excited to see some more of him. I think he's one of my breakout candidates. Talk about these year 2 guys. I know they've kind of talked about him a little bit, but I still think he's the quiet one right now. I think he's just sitting back. He's doing his thing. I think training camp, you're going to hear his name a lot. Preseason, you're going to see him a lot. And don't be surprised when, week 3, week 4, week 5 hits, and they start ramping him up even more and they start bringing him in more. So offense, surprise player to watch, man. I don't think it's a surprise. I want to say Jalen Lane. I don't think people realize like how good he's about to be. He fits everything so well, but then also on special teams, he's our punt returner, and he's probably gonna be on kick return too. And I think he's the guy that if might not be week one. We'll see how things play out. It could be Luke, could be somebody else, but I think by the time it's all said and done, Jalen Lane is the starting slot guy. Like I don't have a doubt about that. He can play on the outside too. He's not just like some guy that's gonna like get stuck in the slide. He's not like a Tank Dell. It's not like that at all. But I think he's gonna end up being your starting slot. Because like Luke is actually big. Luke is like 6'2", 200. Like Luke can play on the inside and outside. He did both at Rice. So I know fans are already like really hype about Jalen Lane, or I want to say Jacoby Crosky Merritt too, because I think he's going to be even better than what people expect, and people are hyping him up. Yeah, make sure y'all comment, share, like, all the good stuff. Appreciate y'all. Love the chats. We're going to keep this thing going. Let's see. Deebo situation is nothing. No non-existent. Slow June media days. Yep. And a bunch of losers on the internet. Right on. Love your true insight, JT. Appreciate it. Jay. Superstar Zebo. I love that name, Zebo. Reminds me of Zach Randolph. That's my guy. Man, I can't wait. September can't come fast enough. September. I'm ready for July, man. I'm ready for July 16th so I can kick off this new deal. And then we are right there at training camp, which they haven't announced official days yet. But Dan Quinn said today we're about 40 days until the start of training camp. So that kind of gives you an idea of like July 20-something, maybe a little bit before then. We'll see. I love Connolly learning from Tunzel, and he's already speaking highly of him. So, yeah, big time. Glad you said something. Big endorsement by Tunzel, because they were talking to Tunzel about the coaches and things that have really impressed him since he got here. And he went out of his way. He said, you know who's really impressed me? He said JC, Josh Connolly Jr. He was like, I'm not just, saying this to blow smoke up his you-know-what. He's like, he going to be one of them ones. And I think Kime asked him, like, why do you say that? He's like, the athleticism, the bend, he's strong. He said he's so smart. He was like, he has everything it takes to be a really daggone good player in this league. So when you have Laramie Tunzel speaking that highly of the rookie already, like, and they're doing drills and stuff together, but it did not take him long. Like, he had just been like, oh yeah, the coaching staff's cool. Like, I'm ready to go, blah, blah, blah. He went out of his way and said, this guy, JC, Josh Connolly, he's one of them ones. So I know offensive linemen, like, it's not the sexy picks. It's not the wide receivers making one-handed grabs and stuff like that. But, man, Josh Connolly Jr. is going to be good. And that might be your franchise long-term left tackle once, Tunzel leaves years from now, whatever. But until then, Josh Connolly Jr. is going to hold down that right side. So I can't wait to see what he does. I can't wait till August when preseason football starts. I'm so ready. Even just the joint practices with the Patriots and the Ravens. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I was really disappointed not to get an update on Noah today. Whatever the issue is, I hope it doesn't result in any more than a few games missed. So only thing we really got an update on was that he got an MRI today. So it would not surprise me if we know tomorrow. Now there's no like practice or nothing. There's no practice anymore. There's no, press conference, anything like that happening. So like, I don't know. Maybe we don't hear about it for a little while. Who knows? Now players are going to Florida to train with their trainer. They're going to Texas. They're going to California. They're going whatever. Some are staying here and training with their guys. So we won't see much between now and training camp until they come back. So we do have a little while till we hear from the coaches again, until we hear from the players again. But and I like Dan Quinn talked about that too. It's like go back on the page for the Washington Commanders on YouTube and on like Twitter and stuff. That just rewatch the press conferences because you get a lot of good stuff in there too. But DQ said like, yeah, we met with every single rookie, like, hey, where you at? How you feeling? What's your plan for the next 40 days? And it wasn't like everyone was like, oh, I'm doing this. Like, I'm ready to go. This is what's happening from now to then, like, blah, blah, blah. Just staying on top of it. So even though there's not much going on between now and then, there's still a lot going on. We're just not going to really see it or hear about it. So I don't know how they're going to approach the Noah Brown injury, like news and updates and stuff like that. But obviously, if we see something, I'll go live and I'll talk about it. If they say Noah Brown's out for a week, I'll go live and say, guys, Noah Brown's out for a week. Let's talk about it. But if it didn't sound good, but I don't want to think worst case scenario. I think best case scenario, he's back by training camp. He uses the time between now and then to get healthy. Like I said, it's about a month. But worst case scenario, he could be out for the season. Who knows? I'm hoping that's not it. I pray it's not it. And I hope he's fine. I hope he's good. But just from what the media was saying, it just didn't sound good. Towel over his head, really mad, like yelled out something like in frustration. So if that's the case, then we'll pivot. I'll talk about Gabe Davis, who matches the mold of him. Not Keenan Allen, maybe Amari Cooper, but Gabe Davis would be the top option for me. But we're not going to talk about that until we find out more. But we will pivot. Amos with a pick 6 this year. I'm calling it. I'm with it. I think we'll know Noah Brown's status tomorrow, Monday. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, tomorrow's Friday, but like I said, they're just not. There's no like availability to them for like the media and stuff. So I don't know what they're going to do. If they're going to just tweet it out, or if they'll get broken by like Jordan Schultz or Rappaport or Adam Schefter or somebody, and then Kyman then will say something or what. But we'll find out. Terry doesn't seem like he's lost a step. Not at all. Give him 3 years with a 4th-year option. That should cover the rest of his career, or at least his last productive years. I agree. Terry showed his availability over the entire career, possibly his best asset for sure. And he played through like some little minor injuries and stuff like that too. Terry got his second win and reborn with Jaden. It was like baptized with Jade. He just came out of the water a new person, showing more now than ever before. Definitely agree. I don't think the D-line will be as big of a problem, especially with the secondary being better. I agree too. People talk about how the front 4 helps the secondary. The secondary also helps defensive line. If the quarterback's looking and no one's open, he's like, I don't feel good about this throw. And they kind of tuck it. It allows the defensive line more time to get off their blocks and really get things going. JG said 400 yards, 4 touchdowns for Ben would be a great second year. I agree. Like that would be fantastic. That Ertz end of game touchdown had some heat on it from Jaden. Hell of a catch and throw. Yeah, surprised the heck out of me. I was not expecting that at all. Raise hail for sure. Dark Man says Kinlaw, Colin Farrell, Dorrance Armstrong, Dietrich Wise, Payne Newton. Hopefully we produce sacks. I honestly feel good about that group. I think all of our rooms are underrated. I agree. Allegretti or Wiley starting at right guard before Cosme comes back. Yeah, so I think that's the one like real competition for the offensive line. And the one thing is we saw in the Greenlight podcast with Chris Long, Dan Quinn said, like he straight up said, yeah, we're gonna keep Brandon Coleman on the left side and we're gonna move him to left guard. So I think that's set. And I've been saying since the draft, my best offensive line, the 5 up front that I feel best about would be Laramie Tunzel at left tackle, Brandon Coleman at left guard, Biotish at center, Wiley at right guard. I just think he's a little bit better than Allegretti. And then right tackle Josh Connolly Jr. I think that's the best 5 up front. That's what they're going to do. I was surprised Dan Quinn came out and said that because he loves competition. Competition is Dan Quinn's favorite word. And for him to come out, you would have thought he was talking to Kay Adams. He said, Chris, yep, we're going to, left guard for BC. Left guard, that's what it is. So I was like, hey, I'd love to hear that, though. I don't have to wonder anymore. Logarth, how many years Kittle got on his contract? He would love to be a commander for real. Hey, don't tip me. What's going on, Merle? Adam Peters has a number for every position. He will not move off that number, even for Terry. Remember, Terry isn't one of his guys. I agree that, Terry isn't one of his guys and he didn't draft him, but Terry is such an important part of this team, though. I think AP knows that he is part of the foundation of this offense. Philly working overtime to spread Deebo hate, man. Philly's working overtime to do anything but care about their team. I've not seen them say one good thing about their own team. It's usually just talking down other teams. I don't think they can comprehend to show any kind of positive analysis on their own team besides the tush push, which is a 1-yard play. Philly fans can't talk about their team because they don't know what to talk about. They don't know what they're talking about. They just see a video and give the most uneducated take on it possible. Terry's getting signed, bruv. Don't overthink it. For sure, for sure. They just gave him back to the one that drafted him. I'm glad to have Deebo, and don't understand the hate, but I'd be lying if I said Deebo was at his target weight. I think he did say that. And when I was checking on things, I have to check back in old text. When we traded for him, I knew what his weight was, and it was his like top playing weight. Like, it was really good. I'm not stressed about his weight at all. I think Deebo is in great shape right now. He's been busting his tail this offseason. Terry's the second most important player on the team on and off the field. He's getting paid for sure, for sure. If Deebo plays a full season, he's going to make the doubters look really stupid. Bro missed games but had 800 yards. Deebo's getting over 1,000 all-purpose yards this year. Lock it in. Lock it in. Deebo anytime touchdown first game. At least the 49ers lost. I need T.O. and the Jackson kid at tight end. Commentary now. Dude looks like he could be special. Yeah, I don't know what to think about Jackson. He's just a freak athlete. But I think, who was it? Maybe it was Zach said something. He tweeted it out. I think it was like yesterday. He was like, I know this is kind of like a hot take or whatever, but he's kind of a freak athlete. Like, don't be surprised. Like, if he puts up a fight for like a practice squad spot, he's a crazy athlete, former quarterback. I remember watching him in college. Like, yo, this guy's a beast. Yeah, T.O.'s Tyler Owens. From what I heard, my guy Abdullah, the guy that does pictures, that took the crazy picture of Jaden, by the way, shout out to Abdullah. He said that Tyler Owens has looked good in minicamp. He also pointed out Carlin Vigors has had like 2 interceptions or 2 turnovers the last 2 days. UDFA corner, 6'2". I think he was like 195 around draft time. The guy, he locked down Matthew Golden in their game. But he said a couple of these younger guys has looked good. He said Tyler Owens was one of them. They just paid Reeves, who all love. You don't think they will pay Terry? Come on. So I will say it's completely different deals. Extending Reeves for 1 year, it's not going to be that expensive. But I do think that Terry will absolutely get paid. Absolutely. That is top priority. If the 7th rounder hits and all players contribute, this could be the best draft of the decade. I think Ja'Cory Groskenberry is going to be one of those guys. Congrats, G. Appreciate it. Owens could show up big time, especially if he moves up the depth chart due to injuries, which I think there'll be an opportunity. Let AP cook. What do you think about Kane Medrano? He might have the chance of the biggest surprise defense player to me. So that's a good one. Wasn't today, it was yesterday. I forgot who it was on. I forgot who the wide receiver was. But they said Kane like popped out a fumble after the catch, and it like went right into Carlin Vigors' hands. So I don't know if it was technically an interception. Hey, here we go. Yeah, Kane forced that Deebo fumble yesterday. So he's showing his ability in coverage, and that's what I want to see. They talked about at OTAs, like, is he a safety? Is he a linebacker? When Joe Witt was talking, like, we can't really find that out until we put pads on. That's when we're really going to find out what we're going to do. But I think he's going to be a big special teams contributor at first, for sure. And I think in a lot of these passing situations, he's going to rotate in. You're going to probably see Bobby come off the field. No offense to Bobby, but you'll probably see Kane and Jordan McGee and like Frankie Louva if they do like obvious passing situations and they do like some sub package stuff. That's what I could see. Kane has to have the least hype out of the players drafted and even the UDFAs. Yeah, but I think that's going to pick up. When training camp does start and you do have the pads on and he's able to go and show what he can do. Right now, you're not really seeing too much. Like, you're not hitting people. It's not a physical practice at all. Deebo fumbled, so I didn't see the play, but they were saying that Kane either like popped out like a pass breakup or they popped out the fumble. But it went right to Carlin Vigors' hands. I'm hyped for Kane. Agreeing Kane was the most under the radar pick for me. I just like his athleticism. I just hope he turns out to be one of those big time like guys that he's good at one thing, like really, really good. He's not like He's not like an Isaiah Simmons where he just can't fit in somewhere. I hope he just takes over something. Manners Nation, JTM tapped in eating Chick-fil-A in the Lowe's parking lot by the Commanders HQ in Ashburn. That sounds like me. I used to work at Lowe's, and I would literally do that exact thing. It wasn't that one in Ashburn. But yeah, you're living the dream right now. Chick-fil-A, Lowe's parking lot over in Ashburn by the HQ. Sounds good. Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, my birthday, 10/27. So last year on that day, we beat the Bears. Hail Mary. Now this year we're playing the Chiefs. You see us winning. Mahomes' times is up. So that's a good birthday. The 27th. That Hail Mary was crazy. I was at the game. That was one of the few games I was able to go to. I think I went to, I think it was like 4 or 5 games last year. I only went to like 3 home games though, but it was insane. Prime time. I think this team can beat the Chiefs, but just something about prime time, Arrowhead, like just the voodoo, I don't trust. Something's going to happen. Like Patrick Mahomes is going to get sacked and they're going to fumble it, and one of their guys is like going to pick it up and run it for a touchdown. Something crazy is going to happen. Yes, JLG, I think it was on one of those 7-on-7 plays talking about the Deebo play. People hyping up Ja'Cory Brooks, like the second coming of Christ, and are dead silent with Kane. So, yep, they're keeping Brooks. Brooks, at best, will have a year like Luke just had. Scout work. Brooks will make the 90, I bet, but not the 53 if Brown comes back. So we'll see. So, yeah, I think that's a big thing, too. I think preseason we'll see some Ja'Cory Brooks. I think Ja'Cory Brooks is going to be one of those guys that has a really big preseason. Same with Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt. I think those both are poised to have just massive preseason games where holy smokes, these guys are good. I think Allegretti starts right guard. Just have Wiley fresh as a swing tackle. I can see that too. He comes in occasionally in games. Reeves wasn't one of the AP's guys either. Good point. The team put out a bunch of Deebo videos today, and I'm glad. It needed to be done. Abdullah Vision, so goated. He's definitely goated. That's my guy. We talk all the time. He's going to have a big season. I can't wait to see the stuff he comes out with, but pictures are insane last year. Insane. I mean, Sports Center tweeted out the Jaden picture. Crazy. Robert McDaniel, this is a good one because I'm really big on him too. And the team was, ecstatic about him throughout the whole draft process. Multiple meetings, had dinner with him, pro day, everything with Robert McDaniel, Jackson State safety. Big. He's a big dude too. He's 6'2", 205. He's a big safety. I want to see what he's got. I haven't heard any buzz about him yet, but training camp is going to be massive. Not even just for me and the channel and content. We're going to see so much about this team in training camp. This is going to be the most fun training camp we've had in a long time. Last year was fun because it was Jaden. There's so much going on. And then Jahan Dotson got traded. There's a lot that happened. But I'm stoked for training camp this year. I think Robert McDaniel can be, and I know I've said this about a bunch of players, but I think Robert McDaniel can be one of those guys that make a bunch of plays in training camp. We're man, who's this guy? This is a big dude. So I like Robert though. I like it. Who did the Rams? The Rams signed DJ Humphries. Not worried about that. On our tight end room, the UDFA we signed last year and played special teams might be getting slept on. I think you're talking about Colson Yankoff. And yeah, he actually made some really good plays last year in training camp too. I think he's one of those sleepers too. I think we drastically improved as a team overall, but also just the depth and the young core and the practice squad guys that you don't talk about. Hell, even Sam Hartman. I think the whole team got so much better last year. So I'm excited. I'm just excited to see this young group of players, this young core. Who are the 5 teams we play coming off their bye weeks? Do you know? Not off the top of my head. I want to say the Broncos is one, but we also when is our bye week is week 12. So I think we're coming off the bye when we play the Broncos too. Yeah, I think the Broncos are coming off their bye when we play them, but we are too, so it kind of counteracts. But I know we play the most teams coming off their bye. Like I said, it's 5, which is the most in the league, but I can't remember who it is. I'm gonna have to look. I don't know off the top of my head. How you doing? I'm doing good. I've got to be honest, I'm not too high on our new safety. Will Harris seems like more of a heavy hitter than a good coverage dude. I don't know. They talk good about him too, and they said he can play all over the place. So that is the one guy I want to see more on though. I'm not down on him, but I'm also not hyping him up because I just want to see, I don't know what to expect out of Will Harris. Even though it's not our team, what's your thoughts on Shamar Stewart? I feel bad for the guy. Like he's just asking for the basic stuff. I said this earlier, like the Bengals think that this is Madden. They're just gonna sim defense and just play offense. Like he's not asking for anything crazy. He's just asking for what normal rookies get on their contracts. Like I'm not sure what the exact clause is, but many people have come out and said like he's not asking for anything crazy. Like he's not being a diva. He's not asking for some ungodly amount, or it's just some clause that the Bengals put in there where it just feels like that they win the deal, they win the contract. They're not a serious franchise. They're going to get smoked next season. The offense is going to be fantastic, but their defense is going to get smoked again. JD5 broke our primetime curse. And yeah, we are America's team this year. And not the fake ones like the Cowboys. JMod6, yo, what's up, y'all? HTTC, welcome. Make sure y'all subbed up, hit that thumbs up button as well. Besides the Eagles, who do you think is our toughest opponent? I'm going to give you a surprise one. And then I'm going to give you like an obvious one. Actually, I have 2 surprise ones. The obvious one for me is the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, playing them at home, playing them prime time. Just if it was in Washington, I'd probably feel different about it. I feel like they are beatable. Like I'm not scared of them, but I think that's tough. Just playing, in KC earlier in the season. They're going to be healthy. They're going to be good to go. We don't know about the legal situations with their wide receiver room, but we'll find out. But it's just really hard to play at night. Like I'm telling you, there's some voodoo stuff going on in KC. We saw it last year, especially. But 2 surprise ones. The Broncos, in my opinion, have one of the best overall rosters in the NFL. I think that's going to be a tough one. Their defense is nasty. I think their offense is drastically improved, and they added J.K. Dobbins, who I really liked. I low-key wanted Washington to take a look at. I think the Broncos have one of the best roster. Obviously, the Eagles have the best roster in the NFL. But when you're looking at the AFC, the Broncos might have the best roster in the AFC. Like top to bottom. They are nasty. We'll see how Bo Nix is year 2. I feel like they should have added a few more weapons in the wide receiver room. That's my only if with them. But everything else with the Broncos, man, that's tough. And then my other surprise one, and people are like, what? The Chargers. I think stylistically, that's a bad matchup for Washington. A physical running team with Amarion Hampton. Harbaugh going to play the Harbaugh way, Michigan pro style, and then Herbert with the weapons he has and stuff like that. If you can't get to Herbert, he will find his open guys. So our defensive line has to play well. But then also, we have to stop the run. They want to just drain the clock, beat you up, wear you down. And then Coach Minter came over from Michigan. Really good defensive coordinator. Really good. I was surprised at how improved that defense was. They did lose a lot. They also got some too. The defensive line got shooken up some. But I think their defense is super underrated as well. So I think stylistically, the Chargers might be one of the worst matchups for us. I think that could be like a 20-17 game. Super competitive. just one of those really good games. So I think it's going to be a good one. Elijah, for guys like Krosky, Merritt, and Medrano, do you think they'll make much impact this year or have to wait until year 2 since they're both buried in the depth chart? I think Krosky Merritt's going to climb his way up the depth chart fast. I know a lot of people are saying, running back 1 already. It's not realistic. B-Rob is going to be running back 1, and I think Eckler's going to be running back 2 to start the season. It would not surprise me if, JCM is running back 3 to start the season. I think that's great too. Like you said, it's such a deep depth chart. You bring back Chris Rodriguez. You bring back Jeremy. Like you bring back like Wiley is still there. He had a really good preseason. Like there's a ton of bodies in the running back room. But I just think he offers something that other running backs in this room don't, with his vision, his cuts, his elusiveness, his speed. We don't have that. So I think, one B-Rob injury away from possibly being running back 1. But if they're both healthy, Eckler and B-Rob, I think Krosky Merritt could climb the rankings like week 4, week 5. Obviously depends on a lot of stuff, but I'm telling y'all, I think he's going to be nasty. Give a little Bill Krosky Merritt some respect. Call him Bill. Yeah, I'll call him Bill too. Manders Nation, the team photographers power rankings now that M Fails left, so she did leave. Courtney does a fantastic job though. Courtney's awesome. Obviously my guy Serge Abdullah, man, he's goated. Yeah, Courtney still does a heck of a job too. They're in good hands. The media team's doing a great job. Coverage numbers are better than Chin's, talking about Will. We got Lil Bill and Big Deebo on our squad. Every team we playing is a tough opponent. That is true. Shamar should find Cincinnati. What if he actually does? It's like the win horse thing. But Jordan Reed said, here, by the way, Jordan Reed said that Stewart could re-enter the draft next year. He could take off this whole season. He can either sign with the team as a free agent, or he could go, which I feel like would be kind of stupid. Or he could just take the whole season off and re-enter the draft, which would be wild. I've never seen that happen. I don't know if that has ever happened, but holy smokes, that would be insane. I kind of want it to happen just for the chaos. Do we have any interest in James Cook if the Bills plan to move him? No, because he wants a big deal anyways. Big deal? I don't think so. Trivia question: who are the other players to wear Sean Taylor's 21 jersey before him? Oh, that's a tough one. Sean Taylor's the first one I was watching that I remember. I'm 31. Gosh, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Sean's the first one I remember wearing it at my age. AJ, do you think and Darkman, tell me the answers if you got them. Do you think JD5 has Patrick Mahomes 2018 type year this season? I'm not sure. I'm not going to compare him to anybody but JD5. But like I've said this, and I think George is the first one that said this. George Carmi, shout out to George. People talking about sophomore slump. Like, what about a sophomore surge? What if he's even better than last year? Which is very possible. We added better protection. We added a running back. We added more weapons on the offense. Jalen Lane and Deebo, and then the rookies getting another year. Like the team as a whole on offense got so much better. So much better. Oh yeah, Dion's one of them. Dion 21. I'm trying to remember who the other one is. But yeah, primetime. Forgot about him. Gosh, sometimes I forget he even played in Washington. But I think JD just has a great season, man. It's hard to say better than last year because last year was historic. But anything is possible with Jaden. Anything is possible. I think JD realizes Deebo is a legit option. Absolutely. I think they have a great connection already. Like we saw that one video the team posted yesterday where he threw it up. It was kind of high, and Deebo like climbed the ladder, went up and got it. And Jaden was like, yeah, like he was hype afterwards. I I think they have a great connection already, and it's only going to get better. Deion Sanders and Ernest Biner. There's the second one. Yeah, I remember Deion. I watched one game of Bo Nix. He doesn't impress or scare me. He impressed me in certain times. I think he got so much better as the season went through. And I'm interested to see what he looks like. I think the Raiders could be a surprise. Definitely. I think the Raiders could definitely be a surprise. I mean, Ashton Genty, man, he's not getting talked about yet. But I'm telling you, he's gonna be so good. The Chiefs game is going to be real tough, especially playing them at night in Kansas City. Exactly. Hope we win that game. Chiefs will always be tough no matter what. That's a real tone setter for the season. What we play them like weeks? When is it? I'm about to look. I want to say it's a single digit. But talk about setting a tone for the season. Like, holy smokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was it week 8? I mean, I say it's a tone setter for the season, even though it's kind of week 8, but it's not like we play them week 15 or something like that. Like that, you win that game, you're feeling really good for the rest of the season. And that's when the season starts to get tough. Like the Bears game, the Kansas City game, that's when the season starts to ramp up. So if you win that one, you are setting the tone for that stretch of the rest of the season. That would be a massive win. The Chargers low-key had a great defense last year and were the number one scoring defense above the Eagles at number 2. Exactly. They had a nice defense. I think Lane will be huge in the screen game, especially with that punt returner vision. Yep. Him and Deebo are dangerous, and Terry showed us what he can do with the screen as well. Yeah, it took everyone by surprise. We need an edge. We'll see. It wouldn't surprise me if we signed like a Zadarius Smith or Matt Judon around like training camp. But then it also wouldn't surprise me that if they just run with what they have, it would not surprise me at all. If Eckler gets another concussion, if B-Rob has knee issues, it's very possible Bill gets a lot of snaps in the second half of the season for sure. Praying for Eckler. He's healthy now. But yeah, if he gets another concussion, I want him to cut it. I don't want him out there if he gets another one. I care too much about him. And then B-Rob, can he stay healthy? We have to see that first. Let's see. Did Crabtree re-enter the draft? I don't think so. Did he? Oh, we're talking about Fred Smoot. Smoot was 27. I can't see Shamar Stewart re-entering the draft. No NIL and no NFL money. That's a hard one for anyone to give up both. Yeah, I don't see it, but we'll see. Fred Smoot, Ward 21, Sean Taylor's rookie year when he was 36. You heard about Cincinnati, number 17 draft pick overall, walking out of minicamp due to contract negotiation. So yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about with Shamar Stewart. Crazy situation. They need to hurry up and get that done. That's absolutely insane to do that to a rookie. All the clips I see on X of Jaden is him passing to Deebo. Exactly. I see him going through his progressions, and I see him like landing on Deebo. I'm like, heck yeah. Ashton Jenny's going to be a beast. Absolutely. I can't wait to see it, especially on that offense too. Cincinnati is the Dollar Tree of the NFL. A bunch of cheapskates. Definitely agree. Terry is 6'2", 6 foot 210. Deebo is 6 foot 215. And Deebo was never some outside skinny wide receiver. He's a stocky guy that you can't bring down. That doesn't mean you're out of shape. I think he's in great shape. I can't wait to see him ball out. All that stuff yesterday was absolutely insane. I was surprised to see that much hate. But then a lot of it was just a bunch of Eagles fans and media people. I don't even want to get into it because I'll have to bite my tongue. I have to behave on the channel now. But y'all, I appreciate y'all coming through here on the chat. Make sure you're subbed up and make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Minicamp was good. There's a lot. Just a quick little final recap before we head out of here. The things that DQ talked about that really excited me was year 2 guys making the big leap. Jordan McGee, Ben Sinnott, Luke McCaffrey, talking about Brandon Coleman going to left guard. A lot of those second-year guys, I'm expecting big things. I have a bunch of them. And then he talked about, how the rookies are looking already, who will lead in interceptions this year. Man, I want to say Mikey, but I kind of want to say Trey. I'm going to say Trey. There's my guy. We've been talking about you, man. Saw Deebo in person this week. I'll let his play do the talking in the fall. Going to surprise people. Absolutely, man. Goated. Keep taking those pictures, bro. And definitely going to link up at training camp. We've been talking about you throughout the stream. We did our photography rankings, our power rankings. We think you're number 1. So I appreciate you coming through, man. But yeah, you were at practice. You saw it. I think Deebo's in great shape. I'm not stressing it at all. Todd said Quan Martin leads the team in interceptions, in my opinion. Wouldn't surprise me. He's got 2 healthy shoulders now. Abel said surprise candidates that could be surprise cuts. I'm going to pull up the little depth chart here real quick. I'm going to say surprise cut. I'm trying to think who would actually be a surprise. Dang. I want to pick a good one, but it's tough. Surprise cut. Gosh. Clelin Ferrell. I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm just looking at someone that could jump somebody. If Javonte Jean-Baptiste jumps him, you got Jacob Martin. Maybe they cut him. They said Percy Butler's looked good, but I could see him as a surprise cut. But then the corner room, it's all guys they signed, like Jonathan Jones. They re-signed Noah Monogany, Trey Amos, Marshawn, Mikey, Kevon Seymour. If he gets jumped by Carlin Vickers, that could definitely happen, in my opinion. There's not a lot of just surprise cut candidates. They'll just be okay, that doesn't really surprise me. Nick Ballore is too good on special teams. I know he's old. He's 37 or something crazy, but he's so good on special teams. There's just not a lot surprise cut candidates. Maybe Austin Eckler. That would be a surprise. But health concerns, whatever. I don't know. But I'm just saying that would be a surprise one. But yeah, tight end wise, they're not going to cut Hurts, Bates, Sinnott. I don't see them cutting Yankoff. It would not surprise me if they cut Cole Turner. I forgot he was even on the team. Michael Dieter. I don't think he's good enough, but it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, there's not really a lot of surprise ones. Maybe Michael Gallup. He's got a hamstring injury. Was not at minicamp. I think he was doing stuff on the side field today. But yeah, there's not that many surprise cut people for me. Maybe somebody in the running back room, but Chris Rodriguez, Jeremy McNichols. Am I supposed to be surprised that they got cut? I don't know. Kind of writing on the wall if you draft Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt, and I feel like he's the better of the 3. You say Trey, I'll go Mikey. I like it. Abdullah said, hey, all love, man. This channel's go to bro. Appreciate you. We got some big stuff coming up for both of us, man. I'm hyped. How good the team will do depends on stopping the run for sure. Top half of the league, and we can keep the same record against a tougher schedule. I like it. Surprise cut B-Rob. That would be a very shocking cut. Very shocking. Chris Rodriguez, definitely can see it. Definitely can see it. Bengals don't respect their defensive players at all. B-Rob would be a surprise cut. I just don't think it's going to happen. McNichols, yeah, he's definitely one guy I'd put on there. Do you think if we cut any defensive players, we trade them to the Beagles? I guess you mean the Bengals. Only player we have trade value-wise would be Deron Payne. I feel like he's a big part of the team. This is a make or break year for him, though. So we'll see. Mike Numbs, the punt return in the 80s, were number 21. Good point. Good point. You see a realistic chance Ja'Cory Brooks makes the 53. I do. I think we keep 7 wide receivers. So I'll go Terry, Deebo, Jalen Lane, Luke McCaffrey. If Noah Brown's healthy, Noah Brown. And then that leaves you either KJ Osborne, Michael Gallup, Ja'Cory Brooks is the top 3. So out of those 3, I'd keep Ja'Cory Brooks over KJ Osborne. Michael Gallup, like I said, not sure what to expect. So I feel like Ja'Cory Brooks has a real shot of making that. So we'll see. We'll see. No update on Noah except he got an MRI today. We will probably hear something tomorrow. Something will get put out, or Monday is my guess. Hey, right, talking about Aaron Rodgers? Stat prediction? I think Rodgers goes off. I feel like I'm lagging. I feel like my internet was lagging. We Gucci now. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to do good on the Steelers. We're going to get that compensatory pick, letting B-Rob walk after the season. But the only way we get one is if we don't sign a bunch of good free agents. And I like this free agent class for next year. Not looking ahead too much, but whoever manages contract negotiations in Cincy should be sued by the fans for malpractice. Absolutely. Unless you're Jamar Chase or T. Higgins, then you feel good. But yeah, guys, a lot of good stuff. Like I said, I know training camp is a long ways away. It's 40 days pretty much until they get back to practice and everything. But we still have a bunch of stuff to talk about. So I'll be popping up in here doing live streams, talking about some more discussions like this. You all ask questions. We have these open discussions and stuff like that, and just look at storylines. Like y'all know me, I'm not going to sit here and talk nonsense like, oh, possible teams Terry's going to get traded to. Like we're going to talk ball. We're going to talk about this team. We're going to talk about real storylines and real things to watch in training camp and things like just prepare for training camp. I'm not going to talk about a name change. I'm not going to talk about the stupid stuff. And that's just not me. So if you're here to talk about the name change, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. If you're here to talk about Terry getting traded, I'm not going to talk about it unless it actually was to happen, which I don't see ever happening. But so I'm going to drop some random videos here and there. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subbed up. And then I'll do these lives too. I'm not sure what day I'll probably go live. It might change weekly. We'll see. But stuff will happen between now and then. Of course, with the team, we'll hear about stuff. And then if not, like I said, we'll talk about big storylines. So Todd, Josh, what's the new media thing you keep talking about? So I said at the very, very, very beginning, I can't announce it yet, but July 16th is the big day. Before training camp starts, everything changes in a good way. Very, 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 very good way. Contract is signed. Deal is done. The channel's going to change for the better. I'm going to change for the better. My full-time job is changing for the much better. Like, I'm so excited about this. And training camp is going to be insane. So I can't say anything yet, but we're going to do a big announcement. July 16th is my official start date. Like I said, from now on and then, I'm not going to just like go away and not do anything, but I'm going to be, I'll be doing stuff, writing articles for Commander's Wire still, and doing some more videos on the channel, stuff like that. But stay tuned. I promise y'all it's going to be worth it. I appreciate it. New jersey reveal. So we're not getting new jerseys. That's been said a lot. I'm not sure why a lot of fans still think we're getting like new uniforms. No new jersey reveal. If anything, we're going to have a throwback, which isn't even guaranteed yet, but Kime said it could happen. It's a possibility because you're allowed to have another one. So there might be a throwback, but we don't know. But the only thing we've heard is that the black uniforms, not the jersey and the pants, but just the helmet will get like a new look, which I'm all for. I don't really like the look of the black helmets. I like the jerseys. I love the jerseys. I got a Terry and a Jaden. I had a Chase Young. That's my favorite jersey. I love that the black Jade is my go-to jersey. So I love the jersey. I just haven't liked the helmet. So I'd be glad if they revamped it, did something different. And then for the throwback, if we do get one, once again, it's not guaranteed. No one said it's going to happen. It's just something that could happen. Then cool. If they bring back the spear, whatever, go into the, I know Hog Farmer Chris, shout out to my boy. Like, he was talking about a lot of stuff. I like what he said. I agreed with what he said. No one's saying we're going to change our name to Warriors, but just linking. This is the final thing I'll say. They need to link Commanders to something. They need to connect it to something. You can't just be the Washington Commanders. What is that? We hear, oh, he's a commander. He's a commander. Jamie Reeves is a BMF. He's a commander. Like, we hear them. We hear AP with the draft. We drafted him because he's everything we look for in a commander. What does that mean? Not even just on the field, which we know what that looks like, but like off the field as a, I mean, we still got Major Tutty as our mascot. What does that look like? What is a commander? So I think them linking it to something and like giving it a base, like being a commander, kind of like the warrior style, like the Roman Empire, like a commander, not changing the name to Warriors, but just linking it to that and being able to use the throwback uniforms with the spear, like just without the feather. Maybe they keep the feather. Who knows? I don't know what they can't do. But that's like that's good for me. If they link commander to that style of like using a spear, or they have like a shield or like a helmet or something, like cool. Like, yeah, I didn't look into it as something like, oh, they're going to change the name to Warrior. They're not changing the name again. They've been saying Commander. That's here to stay. But I think they do need to link it to something and give it like a base. Like, what is this broad commander? Like, let's bring it in. Shield, sword, speared, whatever. Cool. No one's saying that like, oh, it's going to be like the Spartans or something. It doesn't have to be like that. Just like a commander is someone who does this. Like, that's what they need to do. So, we'll see. We'll see what they do. Congrats to JT. Looking forward to hearing the details. I can't wait to tell y'all. July 16th is a long time, but we got this. And I told him I'd keep my lips shut. Fans have too much nostalgia to the old name and theme. New era, new ownership, new name. Appreciate that. I like it. I agree. Rich said we need to mix like black jerseys, white pants, black jersey, yellow pants, something different. I mean, I could see some mix up. The all black kind of looks good. I like when I like the all black and then like yellow cleats, like, or gold cleats, or whatever. It looks good. What's going on, Scott? My boy Scott was on the draft stage. Literally lived out my dream. One of my absolute dreams in life. Probably one of the top things on my bucket list is going on the draft stage during the draft, and he did it. So shout out Scott. That was awesome to see, man. I was hyped. I was acting like, one of the players, man. I was excited to see Scott on stage. One of the coolest guys I ever met. Repping the UK. Hi, bro. Hope you're doing well, mate. Doing good. Hope to see you in Madrid or home opener. I'm definitely gonna be in the home opener. Madrid is very likely. Madrid's very likely. I've been talking to a bunch of people about going. We'll see. You said I love Warriors, but don't see it happening either because of Golden State Warriors. Yeah, I just going through another rebrand, another name change is just an absolute nightmare for them. It just doesn't make sense. Jay said he's the new beat reporter for the team. So I can say this. I'm not working for Washington. Like, I'm not like John Keim. But very much in that realm. But just with a different company. So that's all I can say. Don't get me in trouble. But I appreciate everyone for stopping by. It's good to go live again. Good to chat with y'all, catch up with everybody, catch up with everything going on in with mini camps and stuff. Been paying a lot of attention to the team still. Like I said, I'm going to pop up in here and do some more videos. I'll just drop those randomly, and then I'll schedule out some lives. So make sure you have, make sure you're subbed up, and then also make sure you hit that notification bell. So when I do go live, if you don't see it on Twitter or whatever, you get that notification that I'm live, and you can hop up on in here again. And I'm excited, y'all. This is going to be an insane season. This is going to be the biggest season of my life. This is going to be the biggest season for us, in my opinion. I know we went to the NFC Championship game last year, but we're talking Super Bowl this year. We're not talking playoffs. We're not talking about NFC Championship game. Been there, done that. We're talking Super Bowl this year. Super Bowl. Scott said it was crazy, bro, and congrats. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Draft stage, bro. That's even if I gotta like run up on there uninvited, I'm gonna do it one day. One day. I'm gonna take my own card up there and just call a random player's name. I don't care. I agree with the name. It connects with the city and commander-in-chief, giving it an identity. Will bring most people on board. The last time they changed the name, there were legal troubles. Yeah, for sure. Great show, Josh, HTTC. Appreciate it. Thank you. HTTR says, Jay, love it. Josh's professional comp for me is David Harrison with a better fan interaction. I love David. David's cool too. But I'll take a comp any day. David's a hard one to live up to. David's a cool dude. He's a hard worker as well. Honestly, we have a lot of really good media people. So hopefully, I'm just going to add my own element to this company. Scott said, great show, and thanks for the kind words. Appreciate it, man. Can't wait to see you again. Chop it up. We'll have a beer together. JTFB burner coming soon. That's one thing I can never do. I know a lot of people got one. I can't have a burner. One, because I hold my tongue too much on a daily basis. I'm not trying to just be that guy that gets out all these thoughts about all the nonsense I see on social media. So I will never have a burner. I can honestly say I don't have one, and I never will. I'm just going to stick to being myself and holding my tongue when I see crazy stuff. So appreciate y'all. Sub up, hit that thumbs up button so it gets sent out to a bunch of other Washington fans so they can be in here for the next one. I know I kind of did this one last minute, but I'm going to start scheduling these out like a day or two in advance more, but you'll see it on the channel. It'll say scheduled for, whatever day and time. So might be Thursday. It might be around the same time, 6 o'clock. I don't know, kind of like Mondays too. People love Mondays, so that might be a thing. But I appreciate everyone that popped in here, all the support, positive words, and I'm just telling y'all, stay tuned, y'all. This isn't just me, like this is all of us, man. We have a big time opportunity. Channel's gonna change, I'm gonna change, but very good changes. I would not do it if I didn't feel good about it, and this is life-changing stuff. So stay tuned. July 16th, training camp. If you're coming to training camp, I know it's a long ways away, but let me know. I love meeting up with people, love talking to people, and talking ball. So appreciate it, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.